What's up, guys? It's Gabe. I just wanted to do a little video, a message for Lyft passengers. I think it's important to express the fact that there are definitely some things that are unsettling just being a driver in Los Angeles. And, granted that it's very flexible, it does pay well, it's a great gig, to be a driver. However, there are just a few issues that just drive me crazy when I continue to see them on a daily basis. My absolute number one thing that pisses me off so terribly is Lyft Line. I pretty much feel like I'm going to decrease my acceptance rate for Lyft Lines 90%. You know what I mean? Unless I'm getting paid for that extra ride or whatever. I think it's quite honestly total bullshit. I think it's fucking exploitative to the drivers to be picking somebody up for the rate that you drive them. Sometimes you could get a Lyft Line, have to drive 8 minutes, 5 minutes just to pick somebody up. And then after that 8 minutes of you taking your time to drive over to them, picking them up, and then also just them getting in the car, and then you drive them a mile or 2 miles or down the block, or especially with USC students, it's are you fucking kidding me right now? Did you really just have the audacity to get in the car for me to drive you to your backyard basically? For me, honestly, it makes me fucking hate whoever's getting into my car. Because it's just dude, you know what? The least you can do, and still, one, if you're not even going that far, fucking walk or something. You know what I mean? It's it's so silly to deal with this shit sometimes. If I pick you up, and even if you just order a regular Lyft and you're only going a mile away, I think still, dude, especially if you don't tip afterwards, but the people who have the audacity to call a Lyft Line, it's get your cheap ass some other solutions, because it's fucked up that you'll just use somebody else's advantage like that. I'm coming to pick you up. I'm also not right around the corner at times. I have to drive quite a distance to get to you. And then you're a dickhead when you get in my car, and I'm only driving you a mile and a half. I get paid $2.50 for those rides, sometimes $2. You know how bullshit that is? I don't want to be using my resources like that to spend up to 30 minutes for Lyft Line rides like that. Driving time, gas money, stuff like this. People are hella entitled, and it's fucking ridiculous. Dude, buy a fucking bicycle. You know what I mean? Especially, there's ways to also be, hospitable. It's not that, everybody that does this is, a dick. Sometimes, people really need to just get somewhere really fast, or maybe they're really on a tight budget. But, one, I think it's bullshit, and I think Lyft should not make this even a fucking option to have, Lyft Line, because it's definitely misused, and the drivers are definitely underpaid, which I think is bullshit. I don't want to ever have to spend up to 20 minutes picking up somebody, waiting for somebody, driving them somewhere, in a span of 15 to 20 minutes, and only be making $2 and something cents. To me, that's total bullshit. I don't like doing that. Another thing, besides my ranting on Lyft Line, I'm not gonna pull, that is the basic thing. Lyft Line, I think, is just total fucking garbage, and I don't want to pick people up, using Lyft Line, Another thing, it's dude, if you're gonna get in my car and I'm driving you a great distance and I'm very nice to you and I'm kind to you, I help you put my bag, your bags in my car, whatever, and I'm hospitable, and I'm sitting here in the front seat, and we're driving 20 miles, and the whole 20 miles you're in the back seat, and you are fucking yapping away on your phone with a conversation that I quite frankly don't want to hear. I do this all day long, you know what I mean? It's it shows a level of entitlement that you have to think that this is your personal car, or your mom, or your driver, you know what I mean, bringing you somewhere. Can you have respect for the fact that there are also this is another human being doing you a favor. Like, you're not going to Costco fucking, like, you don't have to interact with that person on that type of intimate level. It's not like an intimate thing being a Lyft driver, but at the same time, like, you know, the whole reason why I drive for Lyft instead of Uber is because of the fact that, like, their company prides themselves on the hospitality, on being a friend, on being courteous, you know what I mean, and being a friendly thing. Like, don't get in my car, and if I'm driving you a 30-minute distance and you're like sitting there just like yelling into your phone with your boyfriend, or just like hearing the most nonsense type of conversation, like, quite frankly, I don't want to sit here and I don't want to drive you, and I'm not going to give you a good rating. And it's not even like that matters, because it's like, what, do you think Lyft is going to like stop like allowing you to take a ride because, you know, you have a bad rating? No. So it's like, why do I even bother wasting time on like thinking that your rating is going to make a difference? However, it's just like, don't think that you have the upper hand when it comes to like a driver picking you up, or like you have so many demands on your driver. If you have so many goddamn demands, then it's almost like, why don't you find another solution? Because, like, I'm sorry, I'm not here to change a diaper, and that's it. You know what I mean? Airport rides are fucking difficult. If I'm driving you to the airport, like, you should be a little bit extra. And, you know, I know, like, Lyft says, you know, like, tipping is very, like, popular and stuff, and granted, people do tip, but, like, I feel like everyone should treat their Lyft drivers the way they would if they were going to, like, fucking Chili's or Ruby Tuesdays or something. Like, you know what I mean? Do not think that this is, like, something that is just at your disposal. We are driving you around. This takes a lot out of us as a Lyft driver. Like, I love to be up here and be super positive and stuff like that, because I'm not saying this is a bad gig, and I'm not saying that everybody that gets into my car is a douche. Like, I've met some really great people that are really cool, but I felt like it is so important for me to express this, especially on this type of platform, because it's like, you know what, people need to know. Like, just because you're taking a Lyft, like, I mean, you need to tone it down. We pay for our gas. We have to come and get you. We're not getting paid if we're on our way to get you. If we're stuck in traffic, if it takes us 10 minutes to get there, that 10 minutes that we're taking out of our day, we're not getting paid for, you know? So it's like, do a little bit extra for your drivers. And, like, if you have a douche of a driver, then fuck him. Like, he obviously deserves a 1-star rating. But a majority of the time, like, I don't think that's going to occur. You know, there's a lot of great people that drive for Lyft. So I just wanted to make this quick video saying everything that I've just said. I'm really not a fan of Lyft Line. I love what I do. I really love to drive. Los Angeles is a great place to meet people, to get to check out the city, to be able to do different things, new venues, and be flexible with your schedule and make really great money. So, you know, it's fun. I'm grateful. That's definitely an important message, though. Start ordering regular Lyfts, and, you know, make sure you're going a distance. Like, you know, if I get some haters hating on this, I'm sorry. You know, hate away, that's okay. But this is definitely my opinion, and I feel like if anybody else were in this position, they might agree. Do this, you know what I mean, for the amount of hours that you do it, especially in Los Angeles, you know, and you see that it does take a toll on you just as a job. This is not, you know, it's a great job, you make good money, but it's also very challenging. So keep that in mind. I just want to throw that out there. So those are my Lyft updates for this week. I hope everyone is having a great week. And, you know, namaste. Keep it real. That's all I have to say.